If ever felt drained after a big party or find solace in quiet moments, this video is for you. Just like there are different types of extroverts, there are also different types of introverts. Understanding these nuances can help you appreciate the diversity within the introvert community. Let's dive in and discover the unique facets of this often misunderstood personality trait. Let's start with the social introvert. Social introverts cherish their alone time and find deep satisfaction in solitary activities. They prefer smaller, more intimate gatherings. Large, boisterous parties are draining for them. Quiet evenings at home or solo hikes in nature resonate with them. They prioritize quality over quantity in social connections. It's about recognizing their own energy needs. Embrace your preference for solitude and small circles. It's important to distinguish social introversion from shyness. Social introverts prefer less stimulating environments. Shyness is fear of social judgment. Introversion is a preference. They find introspective activities more rewarding. They prioritize quality over quantity in social engagements. Shy people avoid parties out of fear. Introverts avoid them to conserve energy. They prefer quiet evenings at home. It's a conscious choice based on energy levels. This distinction is crucial for understanding introversion. For social introverts, solitude isn't just a preference, it's a necessity. It's the time they use to recharge and reconnect with themselves. In these quiet moments, they find inspiration and clarity. Solitude is a form of self-care for the social introvert. It allows them to come back to social interactions feeling more present and engaged. Solitude is a powerful tool for self-discovery and rejuvenation. While social introverts cherish their alone time, they can thrive in social settings when connecting meaningfully. They offer a unique perspective and a calming presence, excelling in one-on-one conversations or small group discussions. Choose your social engagements wisely. Don't feel obligated to attend every event. Prioritize gatherings where you feel comfortable. Schedule downtime after social events to recharge. Being a social introvert is a strength. Value deep connections and prioritize your well-being. Now, let's move on to the second type of introvert, the thinking introvert. These individuals are often described as introspective, contemplative, and highly imaginative. They spend a significant amount of time in their own heads, exploring their thoughts, ideas, and inner world. They're not necessarily shy or anxious in social situations. They're simply more focused on their internal landscape. They might enjoy activities like reading, writing, philosophizing, or simply daydreaming. Thinking introverts are often drawn to intellectual pursuits and enjoy exploring complex ideas. They might be fascinated by subjects like philosophy, psychology, science, or art. They're constantly seeking knowledge and understanding, and they find great satisfaction in learning and exploring new concepts. They're often deep thinkers who enjoy analyzing information and forming their own opinions. This preference for internal reflection doesn't mean they're disconnected from the external world. They simply process information differently than extroverts. They might take longer to form opinions or make decisions because they're carefully considering all angles and perspectives. They're not impulsive. They prefer to think things through before taking action. This thoughtful approach can be a great strength in many areas of life. Thinking introverts are often excellent problem solvers and creative thinkers. They're able to see things from different perspectives and come up with innovative solutions. They're also often very insightful and understanding, making them valuable friends and colleagues. It's important to note that thinking introverts aren't necessarily antisocial. They can enjoy social interaction and often have a small circle of close friends with whom they share deep connections. However, they might not feel the need for constant social stimulation like extroverts do. They're perfectly content spending time alone, lost in their own thoughts and ideas. This preference for introspection doesn't mean they're aloof or uninterested in others. They simply prioritize their inner world and find great satisfaction in exploring their own thoughts and feelings. They might enjoy deep conversations with close friends or engaging in intellectual discussions. They're not afraid of social interaction. They simply prefer to engage in a more thoughtful and deliberate way. Thinking introverts are often very self-aware. and have a deep understanding of their own thoughts and motivations. This self-awareness allows them to navigate social situations with greater ease and confidence. They're not easily swayed by peer pressure or social trends. They prefer to make their own decisions based on their own values and beliefs. This independent thinking can be a great asset in a world that often prioritizes conformity. Thinking introverts are not afraid to stand out from the crowd or challenge conventional wisdom. They're comfortable being different and embrace their unique perspective. Thinking introverts often have a rich inner life and a vivid imagination. This can lead to a strong creative spark, allowing them to express themselves through various artistic mediums. They might enjoy writing, painting, music, or other forms of creative expression. They find great satisfaction in bringing their inner world to life and sharing their unique perspective with others. This creative energy can be a powerful force for good in the world. Thinking introverts often have a unique ability to see things differently and offer fresh perspectives. They're not afraid to challenge the status quo or think outside the box. They're often the innovators and visionaries who push boundaries and inspire others. This creative drive doesn't always manifest in traditional artistic pursuits. It can also be expressed through innovative problem-solving, entrepreneurial endeavors, or simply finding creative solutions to everyday challenges. Thinking introverts are often resourceful and adaptable, able to find new and innovative ways to approach problems. This ability to think creatively can be a valuable asset in any field. Thinking introverts are often able to see possibilities where others see limitations. They're not afraid to experiment and try new things, and they're often the ones who come up with groundbreaking ideas that change the world. In a world that often glorifies constant activity and social interaction, it can be challenging for thinking introverts to find balance. They might feel overwhelmed by the constant demands on their time and energy. It's important for them to prioritize self-care and create space for quiet reflection. This might mean setting boundaries with others, saying no to social engagements that feel draining, or scheduling regular downtime for themselves. It's about recognizing their own needs and prioritizing their own well-being. It's not selfish to take care of yourself. It's essential. Finding balance also means creating a life that aligns with their values and interests. This might mean pursuing a career that allows for intellectual stimulation and creative expression, or finding hobbies that allow them to explore their inner world. It's about creating a life that feels authentic and fulfilling. By prioritizing self-care and creating a life that aligns with their values, thinking introverts can thrive in a busy world. They can find the space they need to recharge their batteries, explore their inner world, and share their unique gifts with the world. It's about finding the balance between introspection and engagement, between solitude and connection. Anxious introversion is a type of introversion marked by social anxiety and self-consciousness. Unlike social introverts, anxious introverts avoid social situations due to fear of negative evaluation. This fear can lead to overanalyzing body language and social cues. It's not just shyness, it's a deeper unease impacting social life and well-being. Remember, if these feelings resonate with you, you're not alone. Anxious introverts often feel hyper-aware in social settings. This can cause physical symptoms like sweating and trembling. With understanding and the right strategies, it's possible to manage social anxiety. There are resources available, and you deserve a fulfilling life free from anxiety. The internal world of an anxious introvert is often a complex landscape of thoughts and emotions. They tend to overthink social interactions, replaying conversations in their minds and analyzing every detail. This constant rumination can fuel anxiety and create a sense of self-doubt. It's important to remember that these thoughts are often distortions of reality, fueled by anxiety rather than objective truth. Anxious introverts may also experience a heightened sense of empathy. They are often very attuned to the emotions of others, which can be both a gift and a curse. While empathy allows for deep connection and understanding, it can also make anxious introverts more susceptible to absorbing the negativity of others. This can further exacerbate their anxiety and contribute to feelings of overwhelm. Another common characteristic of anxious introverts is perfectionism. They often set high standards for themselves and strive to meet them in every aspect of their lives, including social interactions. This pressure to be perfect can amplify anxiety and make social situations feel even more daunting. Learning to embrace imperfection and self-compassion is crucial for managing anxiety and building self-esteem. It's essential to recognize that the internal struggles of anxious introverts are real and valid. While they may appear quiet and reserved on the outside, their inner world is often a whirlwind of thoughts and emotions. Understanding this internal landscape is key to providing support and fostering empathy for those experiencing anxious introversion. Restrained introversion is characterized by a thoughtful and deliberate approach to life. These individuals are not impulsive. They prefer to take their time to process information and make decisions. This cautious nature extends to social interactions, where they may take a while to warm up to new people or situations. This isn't due to anxiety, but rather a preference for observation and careful consideration. Restrained introverts often appear calm and collected, even in challenging situations. They are not easily rattled and tend to think before they speak or act. This measured approach can be a valuable asset in many areas of life, from problem solving to decision making. It allows them to assess situations thoroughly and make informed choices. It's important to note that restrained introversion is not the same as shyness or social anxiety. Restrained introverts are not necessarily uncomfortable in social situations. They simply prefer to take a more passive approach. They may enjoy observing and listening before actively participating in conversations. This allows them to gather information and form their own opinions before sharing them with others. Understanding the nuances of restrained introversion is crucial for appreciating the unique strengths and perspectives that these individuals bring to the table. Their thoughtful nature, careful consideration, and calm demeanor can be valuable assets in a variety of settings. We will delve deeper into the characteristics and behaviors of restrained introverts. Restrained introverts operate at their own pace. They are not driven by a need for constant stimulation or immediate gratification. They value slow and steady progress, taking the time to savor experiences and reflect on their learnings. This deliberate pace allows them to appreciate the subtleties of life that others might miss. In a fast-paced world, the restrained introvert's approach can be a breath of fresh air. They are not easily swayed by trends or fads, preferring to stick to their own values and principles. This groundedness allows them to navigate life with a sense of purpose and intentionality. This preference for a slower pace also extends to their social interactions. They may not be the first to jump into a conversation, but when they do speak, their words carry weight. They are often thoughtful listeners, offering insightful observations and perspectives. It's important to respect the pace of a restrained introvert. Trying to rush them or push them outside their comfort zone can be counterproductive. Allowing them the time and space they need to process information and make decisions will lead to more meaningful interactions and stronger connections. So, we've explored the 4 types of introverts: social, thinking, anxious, and restrained. Each type experiences introversion differently, with unique strengths and challenges. Understanding these nuances can help us appreciate the diversity within the introvert community and foster greater self-awareness. Which type resonated most with you? Perhaps you identified with the social introvert's preference for intimate gatherings, or maybe you recognized yourself in the thinking introvert's rich inner world. Perhaps you saw yourself in the anxious introvert's struggles with social anxiety, or maybe you connected with the restrained introvert's thoughtful and deliberate approach to life. Regardless of which type you identify with, remember that being an introvert is a perfectly normal and valid personality trait. Understanding your introverted tendencies can empower you to create a life that aligns with your needs and preferences. It can help you choose careers, build relationships, and engage in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. Embrace your introversion and celebrate the unique strengths it brings. Let us know in the comments below which type of introvert you think you are. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.